Hi everyone. I'm going to go through as quickly as I can detox methods. But first, I want to recommend, if you have not seen Unrest. It's on Netflix. The trailer, I'll let you watch it's just 2 minutes.
From as early as I can remember, I wanted to swallow the world whole. Anything is possible. I just thought I would have more time. I don't know what I did to myself. I don't think I can get up off the couch. My brain is misfiring. Sometimes I wouldn't be able to speak. Wow.
If you say too little, they can't help you. And if you say too much, they think you're a mental patient.
The doctor would tell me, "You're just dehydrated." Everyone gets stressed. Then I went online and found thousands of other people just like me.
Yeah, I'm completely bedridden.
It's like I'm just watching my life disappear.
I have ME, CFS, that's chronic fatigue syndrome.
Historically, you can see illnesses very similar to this called many different things.
Saw someone collecting the other day for ME. That's the one where don't feel like going to work today.
It's gonna pass. Chronic fatigue syndrome. Yeah, I'm tired too.
When medicine has no answers for you, where do you turn?
Oh my God.
It's like the craziest high school science experiment you've ever done. Just because it's crazy doesn't mean it's wrong.
You're looking at this camera.
I started filming more and more people all over the world from my bed.
Hi, Gina.
Hi.
You know what it is about being observed? Is that people feel sorry for me.
Baby, I'm so sorry.
I'm the steps of a mountain.
We're kind of both organizing a day of protest as well as organizing individual protests.
And the stars, they were bright.
All of those things, those really simple things. There's the sun. That life was gone, but here I have this new one,
And I'll take all you throw at me.
and I have to fight for it.
So whether you have chronic fatigue syndrome, and that seems to be the dual diagnose, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, which is actually Lyme for a lot of people, or you have this chronic fatigue, which Jennifer Brea, that was the woman that you just saw, otherwise known as myalgic encephalomyelitis, devastating multi-system disease that causes dysfunction of the neurological, immune, endocrine, and energy metabolism system. I think you'll identify with this woman. That's why I am starting this video with this. I know that a lot of you are really struggling now to find something that will heal whatever it is that you are experiencing, whether it's feeling like a virus or chronic physical pain. Look, we are now living an extremely, our world, it has manifested in such a overload of toxins. Our environment has become completely and utterly toxic. We are being assaulted with so many different poisons and chemicals and heavy metals, radiation coming from Fukushima or leaking nuclear power plants. Our water is poisoned with fluoride and chlorine and other chemicals, and our food has been taken over by genetically modified organisms. It is very difficult to find a way to stay healthy, to get healthy, and then sustain it today, unfortunately. So what works for one may not work for another. That is absolutely true. But there are an awful lot of people who are experiencing not getting any kind of support. They're being told it's in their head. It's psychological. Nothing's wrong with you. Or something's wrong with you, but we just can't figure it out. How many comments have I received from people who were so healthy and then suddenly they're not, they feel like hell, they go to the doctors and the doctors can't figure out what's going on with them. Or they're misdiagnosed completely. So many people being diagnosed with chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia, and the doctor's missing that you actually have Lyme, so you remain untreated for Lyme, and it's working on you. And unfortunately, yes, Lyme can remain alive in you. Wi-Fi, these frequencies keep Lyme alive. So it is unfortunate, and I do know that a lot of you have no support because the people in your life, if your doctor is telling you that it's all in your head and you feel physically absolutely horrible, but you're being told it's all in your head and your support system hears that. In this film, this documentary, Jennifer Breyer does go on Skype with an awful lot of people who are also bedridden. Chronic fatigue is a very real syndrome, and it can leave you so debilitated that you do end up bedridden. So she's talking with this one woman who is a wife and a mother. Her husband doesn't believe her. They get divorced. And it's only when their daughter comes down with ME that he then believes his ex-wife. Happy ending, they got remarried. But I'm just saying that for all of you who are feeling like hell and also are experiencing a lot of judgment and no support, my heart goes out to you. So, I want to pass along some information. Hydrogen peroxide. Have received a lot of comments from people who say hydrogen peroxide. Unfortunately, a lot of those comments are not very detailed. The hydrogen peroxide therapy, do not use the hydrogen peroxide that you can get at CVS or Walgreens or a drugstore or your supermarket. It's a organic hydrogen peroxide and food grade. So I will link below to the site that sells it. Now, a lot of people say 35%. Apparently, our government has said, well, you can only get 32%. That's right, our government. No 35% hydrogen peroxide anymore. So, this site sells food grade hydrogen peroxide, 32%, and it's not that expensive. And if you have very little money, you could start out with just buying 4 ounces, 8 ounces, or 16 ounces. Or you can buy the quart bottles if you have a little more money. As you can see, the prices: 1 quart, $34.57, 2 quarts, $44.82, 4 quarts, $58, free shipping. And if you have more money, you can buy it by the gallon. And there's many, many uses of hydrogen peroxide, so I will link below to this article, The Many Benefits of Hydrogen Peroxide. Many people use it for an awful lot of conditions, as well as cleaning, as a cleaning product. It helps plants. And in this video, and I will link below, this is Adrienne Tucker. I'm sorry if I've pronounced your name wrong. The reason why I'm passing along these videos of Adrienne's is because I was really taken with her presentation and taken with her energy, the essence. She just seems like a very healthy human being. But she goes through details and she makes it very clear what you need to buy and how you need to do it. And should you experience what a lot of people are referring to as a healing crisis, when you start detoxing or doing things to feel better, you may feel worse for a while. So she even talks about what to do if you're feeling worse, which is very simply, don't do too much at first. So she lays out underneath the video in the description box a protocol for hydrogen peroxide therapy. So you might want to try that. And all of the information that I'm going to be passing along, don't do everything at once. Start slow and start with one particular detox method or therapy, because you could end up feeling worse if you just suddenly start taking in all of these substances. But what to expect with hydrogen peroxide therapy, and hydrogen peroxide came, my order came, now what? So I really appreciate Adrienne Tucker for laying out very clearly, very simply, everything that you should be doing. And one thing you can expect, based on what people are saying, is they have been able to get more energy from hydrogen peroxide therapy. The other video I want to pass along is just a baking soda detox drink. Very simple ingredients that you might even have in your home already. Baking soda, what I do, and the baking soda that I use, and I'm going to be showing you the products that I have either purchased myself or received from subscribers. Pure baking soda, Bob's Red Mill. The baking soda from Arm & Hammer, I don't trust major corporations. I don't trust Arm & Hammer. And you need to find, some baking sodas have aluminum in it. So you need to find a baking soda without aluminum, pure baking soda. And I will take 1 teaspoon of this in like 6 ounces of water in the morning when I get up. And you know, it has a remarkable immediate impact on me. Now, I can't say that it is making me feel, oh, so much better, but I do feel, I don't know, cleaner? It's kind of bizarre. Diatomaceous earth, food grade. And I'm giving you pictures. So there's an awful lot of products now that people are selling. And many of those products are not very good. So that's why I'm showing you these products. And zeolite. This product came from a subscriber, and I absolutely trust this subscriber's research abilities. Zeolite, to detox heavy metals out of your body. 1 tablespoon 3 times a day in water or juice. Clay, all-purpose green desert clay powder. This is the clay that I will put like a cup or 2 cups in a very hot bath and lay in it and get myself pretty much like close to my chin, covered in water, so that you get your glands exposed to that hot water and the clay. And though it hasn't provided permanent relief, it has provided temporary relief from pain that I experience. Charcoal. Charcoal, you know that they use charcoal to, if somebody shows up at an emergency room with a drug overdose or poisoned, they'll use charcoal to extract it from the body. So the charcoal powder is unfortunately rather messy, but it's good. So the charcoal, a heaping tablespoon in like 6 to 8 ounces of water in the morning on an empty stomach, and shake it well before drinking. And if you don't want to deal with the powder, then you can get activated charcoal. Now, I have seen people who buy Walmart or supermarket vitamins, supplements, and I'm sorry, I don't think that they're very good. And frankly, I think that they might be putting synthetic um, ingredients into it. So you've got to buy the really good stuff, and unfortunately, that's expensive. But Solaray is one of the companies that I use. The vitamin C that I use is vitamin C powder, and I usually do about 2 teaspoons, 10,000 milligrams, as well as magnesium and potassium aspirates. Magnesium, I think many people are deficient now, and taking magnesium could help with a lot of the pain that you are experiencing. So, a subscriber, excuse me, gave me this, a magic bullet, which is really great. And as you can see, attached to it is this 8-ounce glass, which you can put your, well, diatomaceous earth in it or zeolite. I just made myself a smoothie with zeolite in it, and it was all mixed up with my magic bullet, including a green superfood antioxidant. Um, so, and this magic bullet I think is like $40. And I also put fruit in. So the drink that I just had was a juice with banana and zeolite. Man, I can't remember. And the green superfood. Um, and I sometimes will throw in a pinch of cayenne pepper or turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, and cayenne pepper, turmeric. Well, these are good detoxes, but turmeric also can help with inflammation and pain. And again, you've got to get the really good spices. So this is what I buy, Harvest Organic. Um, and also, a lot of people are deficient with D3, vitamin D3. And this is a very, very important vitamin to be taking. Now, I don't generally use Nature's Bounty. This was given to me by a subscriber. But I also take a B complex and vitamin B12 and coconut oil. I will put a tablespoon in cereal. I make a, what is it? Like a whole grain oatmeal. and I'll put coconut oil in it. And coconut oil is supposed to be helping our cognitive dysfunction, getting it to function better. Well, I can't say that this is helping me, but the cumulative effect of this toxic environment, well, it can really wreak havoc. That's for sure. Now, this apple cider vinegar, there are so many different teas and drinks that you can make, and I'll link below to this site, Dr. Axe. There's an awful lot of very good information about detoxing smoothies and juices and teas and baths, um, and I like this site because it does have an awful lot of information, and it's very simple to understand all of that information. So, the dangers of heavy metals and how to do a heavy metal detox. I will also link below to this article. It's about the activated charcoal, and it's important to get the right kind of charcoal. And that charcoal, well, you'll be safe if you get the charcoal that I just showed you, which is the American hardwood, right here, or the solar ring. Now, I also want to mention chelation. I see an awful lot of people leaving comments about chelation. Chelation is a medical procedure. But prior to going to that, unless you're on such a heavy metal toxic overload, which unfortunately a lot of us are, I would start with the zeolite or the diatomaceous earth first and see how that works. And if you're not feeling any kind of relief, then I will leave the link to this article, which contains an awful lot of information about heavy metals, about the particular heavy metal and what it does to your body, and information about chelation. But I want to bring your attention to, and this is on Dr. Axe, that's the site. You can kind of chelate with cilantro and chlorella. Chlorella. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm losing it. Chlorella. Chlorella is a type of green algae that acts as a natural chelator to remove heavy metals. So if you're using zeolite or diatomaceous earth, use chlorella as well as cilantro, and it will. How it works is that it binds the heavy metals that are stored in your body and escorts them out of your body. I can't deal with cilantro. I don't know why. I tried, and I get nauseous every single time. But for those of you who can, I would be eating cilantro every single day. Just this one page has a tremendous amount of information in terms of heavy metal detoxes. So I will link below to everything. I do fully understand that medicine, the medical profession, is not what it used to be. And unfortunately, a lot of people are being left to their own devices. You have to do the research, and you have to figure out what is right for you. And a lot of people are having to try one thing after another until they finally get some relief. And unfortunately, I will say that an awful lot of people are finding relief with one thing, and then a month later, they're back at researching. This is the world that has manifested. We're being assaulted with so many different types of poisons, chemicals, heavy metals, that are leaving so many of us not feeling very well at all. So, all links are below. Ciao, guys.